Okay, so I'm going to share a presentation throughout, but for those who are on that don't know me, my name is Monique Harps. I am a realtor in Norfolk, Virginia, Virginia Beach area with eXp Realty, and I am a certified events coach with Michael J. Mayer in his event mastery program. So today I'm just sharing my background is in supply chain management. So I like kind of like all things process. And I feel like a lot of things in our industry, people give us enough to know that something's possible, but they don't give us the details. So I hope in this to give you guys enough detail that you could actually just go and implement this on your own. So go ahead and share my screen. And we're going to talk about getting referrals from a virtual March Madness bracket challenge. So my intent is to explain how to set one up, but then will cost you no money, and you can invite as many people as you want. And then we'll talk about where if you want to invest money or raise money, you can. So just to give some background, I've been talking to a lot of people and I found out that a lot of people don't know what March Madness is. So our goal is to learn how to use March Madness as an opportunity to connect with people near and far and how to generate referrals from this virtual event. So March Madness is a annual tournament for college basketball. They have a men's and a women's. I use the men's because it's most popular, but if I was doing this with like my women's group, so I have a Virginia Beach Women for Good group, and if I was doing it with them, we'd probably use the women's bracket just to be supportive of fellow women. And it starts on Selection Sunday is when the bracket opens. Excuse me, it opens, and that's the day that the NCAA announces the 64 teams that'll be participating. And then you can see here on the schedule, they have the first round, the second round, the Sweet 16, the Elite Eight, and the Final Four. So Sweet 16, there's 16 games, and then 8 for Elite Eight, and then 4 for Final Four, and then the championship. So there's 6 rounds total. It spans about a 3-week time frame. So there's a lot of time and touch points possible in there. The brackets will lock down at 11:59 a.m. on the 21st. So if people don't have their brackets completed by then they won't be able to complete one. So the challenge is that everybody will fill out a bracket and then they submit it in, and there's a scoring system to it. And the systems we're going to use will automatically calculate the scores, and so that you can know who is progressing and who gets knocked out quickly. Approximately 56 million people participated in 2023. And like I said, it's handled by a third party, the scoring. And sorry, I did another presentation for EXP with the bracket challenge. But there's no cost to participate and submit a bracket. So it's completely free. So
I have a question.
yes,
Do you
ma'am.
want me to wait until the end?
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the bracket right here, what you're showing.
This is what the bracket looks like. Yes.
Okay, that was my question.
Okay, yeah. So this is what the bracket will look like. This is from 2023. So you can see on the right and left, it has all 64 teams that are going to play, right? And then the participants will be responsible for picking. So on the left side, it has South Carolina and Norfolk State as the first two, right? So the participants have to pick if they think South Carolina or Norfolk's going to win. And then they'll put them on the first line. And then they'll say if South Florida or Marquette is going to win, and they put that on the second line. And they just keep picking until they come to the national championship. And then you have to pick a score, right? And the score is what they use as a tiebreaker. Now, So in the next screen,
Where do you get this bracket form from?
I'm definitely going to get there.
Okay, sorry.
No worries, no worries. So the next screen is a bracket that's been completely filled out at the end, and the winners have been announced. So this was like the results for the final for the championship that year. So that's kind of what it looks like in the end when it's completely filled out. So I use this as an all YAP event, and all YAP stands for Yearly Appreciation Plan, where it's an event that's part of my yearly appreciation plan that I can invite anybody to it. There's no um, limit. There's no reason to say, you know what, maybe I'm only going to invite my top 10 referral sources. There's no reason for that on this. So I invite friends that I know in real life and online, family members, people in my sphere, um, people who do cold calling or warm calling, however they like it. You can invite your database to participate in this, right? So I came from a team that has like 20,000 leads in their database. They could just invite them all if they wanted to. Um, and then you can invite vendors and sponsors. Um, if you're interested in doing that as well. So it's not limited to anyone. And so how does this help the agent? Well, if you use a referral generating registration form, which I'm going to show you, when they register, it's going to ask them, who do they know that is the next person to move or to buy or to sell? And then it'll go into some additional lead generating questions for vendors, if you have vendors that are participating with you. And so you can use this invitation. So you can invite so many ways. You can have a QR code that you post online or that you put on a flyer or a postcard, however you want to invite. You can share a link. You can share the link. And it's just really an opportunity to connect over like a 6-week period. So how it might look is I would start the last week in February. I have this referral generating form and I can start sending it out and start inviting people. Maybe I send out a mass email the first week. And then the second week I send a text to be like, hey, did you get this kind of thing? We hope you participate. And then maybe I do a call day where I just call and see who's going to participate. And when it comes down to participation, don't worry about if people are into sports or not. I was telling somebody I was planning this the other day, and they said to me, well, you don't really strike me as a sports person or somebody who follows like basketball, college basketball. And I was like, I don't. I said, I just play March Madness every year. So you never know who could be interested because it's not only sports enthusiasts or like narrowed down to college basketball enthusiasts. And some people just, they know about it, so they participate. So real quick, I'm going to show you the referral generating form. So this is an example. I'm going to show you one that's more for March Madness in a second, I hope. So in this, it kind of just has like the banner and then it says like what the event is. And then right here is where it asks like, who's the next person you know who's looking to buy or sell a home? And then down here in this section, it's lead generating questions for other industries. So this is where you could put your sponsors. And then there's a flyer and then sponsors. So next. So how this actually works is everybody's invited, like I was explaining a second ago. And since it is virtual, you can invite anybody anywhere. They fill out, so once they're invited through the Google form, the reason the form is used is to collect that referral information and to see who's looking to buy or sell, right? So then we're gonna have to create our bracket pools. And for those bracket pools, we'll use a bracket company like CBS or ESPN, and those are free. So those typically I've seen them open on March 1st, which allows you as like the manager to get in there and like say what your bracket pool name is going to be. And then you can upload the email addresses of people who have registered. Excuse me. And so as they go through the 6 rounds, that's an opportunity for you to reach out to your people. And when I say reach out, it can be just an email update, it could be a text, it could be a social media post. It's really flexible into what you want to do and how much you want to put into it. So I had a friend do this with me a couple years ago, and he was kind of into sports. So he kind of like did like um, a sports commentary on his bracket on Facebook for each round. And he would poke some fun at his friends. So let's get started like on the technology that we're going to use. Like you'll need Canva or some other publishing that you might use for graphics, the Google Forms, and um, we'll use either CBS bracketology or ESPN bracketology. I've used CBS for the past like since 2019, 2020. Um, I may look at them both for this year, but we'll see. So in Canva, the reason we need Canva is we need to create the header. So at the bottom there is my header. The header needs to be 16 by 40 pixels. Sorry, 400 pixels. And then we're going to create an 8 by 11 flyer. It's kind of small, I know, but this is what my flyer looks like. So it's simple. People can use the QR code, and the QR code can be created for free in Canva. So I only have the free version of Canva. So you don't need to pay for anything. So for the Google invitation form, then we're going to use Google Forms. And then what I'm going to show you, you can modify the questions. So I set this one up to be an example. This is what I'm going to use. I just don't have all my information yet. So then I have an explanation right here. And so in mine, I am partnering with other agents. So we have to ask the question, which agent invited you? So we have Disney characters today, just as a space filler so you can see that. So we get their name, their phone number, who do they know that's looking to buy or sell? And we have the same questions. These questions are going to change because of the vendors that I'm going to work with. There's my flyer. And right here is where I'm going to put the agent's pictures. And then here's where we're going to put our vendors. Now, you do not have to have vendors, but I will explain in a second why I'm going to, and you may be interested in doing the same. So yeah, so that's the first part. That's where we get everybody like registered to get our referral information. And then next, we have to go to CBS to set up the bracket or ESPN. So I'm going to provide these links. So when I send the video, I'll send the slides as well. So you can easily access the links. You don't have to like go trying to, which link did I use on the internet? And so like this will take you to it. And if I scroll all the way down here, these are all of my brackets from like past years that we've used. Unfortunately, like they just don't have, like you can't get into, see they're like, oh, you can reactivate this pool. Let's see if it'll let me show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so it shows you, let me show you what it looks like. So I can go and I can set the name of everything, and they let you pick your scoring, but don't even worry about that. Just leave it at 1, 2, 3, and 4 so that they can do the points. And then right here, it'll allow me to re-invite members. I'm not going to do that. And then let's go to the pool. Oh, because I didn't re-invite anybody, so there's nothing. But that kind of gives you an idea of like, it's not hard to set up. Like you just got to pick a name and then pick your name. So this was for a specific organization that I was a part of. However, it could say like Monique Harp's real estate bracket pool, or it could be like the like my friend is the property pro of Hampton Roads. So she could be like, oh, property pro Hampton Roads pool or something like that. Or you can get real clever and ask Chat GPT. I don't know much about what that's going to come up with, but it'll give you some ideas for sure. And so they're both closed as far as starting something and preparing it now, but check back around March 1st to get that set up. And then once your pool is set up, you can add your people and just send them an email from the system. The great part about that is now CBS or ESPN is going to reach out to your people. And they're going to say, like, okay, 24 hours until your bracket needs to be in, or, don't miss out. At the end of every round, it's going to message your people. And when they get messaged, it's going to have the name of the pool in there. So it'll brand for you, right? So if you put your brand in there or something clever for, that is your people will recognize, then CBS on ESPN will be working for you. So you don't have to do anything during the tournament time, which is about 3 weeks, because like I said, ESPN and CBS will do the work. But if you choose to, you can connect with your people and just make it a little bit fun. In the past, I kind of just let it run its course. And each year, so I think my first year there was like 12 people in it. But each year it just more and more people will participate. And over time, you just have like this big pool of people who participate every year. Now, after the tournament starts, you can use that opportunity to call and thank people for participating, for sending referrals, because you'll have that information ahead of time. So you could even do it right away, obviously. But getting to the end, it just gives you another reason to reach out and touch your people. And you can always say you're in real estate, but you don't have to, right? Like they know. And at some point in the conversations, you're likely to get a referral um, in the conversations and then also even in the registration. So I'm going to include two bonuses here. One is you can choose a charity to participate with. Um, and maybe what that might look like is that you have a QR code. Like I know like our food bank, if I go up to them, they can give me like a unique link so that they know that anyone who uses that link came through this project or this effort. And that QR code can be sent in on your invitation. You can include it on there. You can text the link out and let people know what you're doing. You can talk about it on social media. So that's one way to include a charity. And collecting money in this regard, because it's a virtual event, you can collect from everybody. So it's a great time to raise awareness for something that you're passionate about, and then also raise funds to support that cause. The second bonus is including sponsors. So this year I'm including sponsors, and my goal is to get 9 sponsors to sponsor a door prize or a prize of some sort. Um, so I'm asking them each for $100. I haven't started asking yet, but what they'll get in return is they will be on the invitation. And then when I make the announcement for each round, each round will have a sponsor, right? So they're essentially sponsoring the round. And then I do business with them. And then if anybody on the referral generating form says, um, let's say they're like, oh, I need new windows, then I'll connect them with Shannon at Better View Windows and More, right? I'll give the contact information so she can follow up, but I will also call them first and say, hey, you said you need new windows. Let me help you out and connect you with Shannon at Better View Windows and More. And then I will connect them either via text or email. And my reason for doing that is to make sure both parties have the contact information of both parties and they are aware of it. Um, and so if you just do 6 random drawings, one at each round, you can do that. I plan to add 3 more for the top 3 of the bracket winners. I do request that the gifts, not the gifts, but the prizes are non-branded because I don't need a tower of cheese and crackers in cellophane that lenders like to give out. And then I said at the bottom, you can see that they can get they'll be included in the invitation and get a shout out at each round.
So they pay $100 each, and then they also give a gift.
No, they'll either give me a gift, $100 gift, or $100 gift. They have to give me the $100 because we don't know who's going to win, right? So it has to be something that can be FedExed or UPS'd or, mailed or emailed.
Okay.
So those are so my apologies for the confusion in that is the prize is not separate. It's just a $100 door prize, if you think of it that way, or a prize valued at $100.
Okay.
I really want to do a big gift, but I'll probably have to wait till next year because I really want to get a whole bunch of people, to participate so that like the prize pool can be like really big and enticing. So yeah, so like I was saying, like if you do gift cards, that's something that can be ordered and delivered anywhere. And then pretty much anything on Amazon or, whatever, Target, Yeti, whatever works for you and your people. And you could even put on your door prize entry form, like if you're one of the winners of our $100 prize, what would you like to win? And then you just give them what they want, right? So that's an option. So now questions.
You
Lynn,
answered.
I answered yours, Lynn.
Yep.
Okay.
You
Um,
send the slides will come with the video.
Yes. Yes.
Now. Okay.
so I'm not at all familiar with March Madness, but I'm excited now because I was like a little bit worried about it. Can like everybody that's participating, could we like create like a group chat or something just so that I can kind of follow along and make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing week by week? Something like that.
Yeah, like are you guys, I can put it in like a little like a Facebook group. Would that work?
Yeah, I mean that'll work for me.
Okay.
That's great. That's a great idea. Because I'm new to this too, and I'm also technically challenged, so I may have questions.
No
So,
problem. And I'm here to answer questions. I will tell you I'll be delayed a little bit just because I will be out of the country Wednesday to Wednesday. Um, but I will do my best to respond to any messages that do come in. Right now, I mean, anything between now and the 25th, you would just need to create a Google form. And if you want to do not door prize, if you want to do prizes, figure out how you want to do that, right? Another way is the reason I do random prizes is so that everybody feels like they have a chance to win, including those who are not good at basketball or don't know college basketball. Those people tend to be discouraged to participate because they're like, oh, I'm not going to win. So, but still, 53 million people play. So get your share.
so you pull each round, you pull a winner from the door prize entry forms. It has nothing with the teams that win.
Correct. Correct. Each round, I will use the wheel of names. Are you guys familiar with that?
No.
Oh, let me show you. It's one of my favorite things.
It's called Wheel of Names.
It's called Wheel of Names.
Oh, it's a Google Google app, I think, huh?
It's like a Wheel of Fortune wheel. And then you just have these names. You push this button and it picks a winner.
So how do those names get loaded in there?
You can copy them. So when you use a Google form, it's going to give you your results in a spreadsheet. You can copy that column and paste it right in there.
Okay,
And then just hit the button and like magic, Wheel of Names. You have a winner.
that's awesome.
So I'm very sports illiterate.
It's okay.
So this is something that is played or done
Yeah.
whether or not you're a real estate agent. It's just people all over the world or
Oh,
country.
yes. Yes.
play.
There's people who bet on it in Vegas.
Okay.
There's people who have private pools like we do. There's people who, like maybe they watch their basketball enthusiast and they watch, they follow college ball and they do it just with their friend groups. There's pools where money is involved, like betting. I don't know much. I don't know how that really works, but I know that it's a thing.
So this is
So,
and what is it called again? Bracket something?
on the actual website for like
Uh-huh.
CBS, they call it bracketology, but it's a
Okay.
March Madness bracket challenge.
With generosity generation.
No,
March-
like March Madness bracket challenge. Like if you Google that, you'll
Oh,
see other
okay.
people doing stuff with it.
Okay. And so is it like this? I know a little bit. I mean, like the Super Bowl, you have these teams that keep playing off until the two get to the
That's
top. Is that what
exactly
it's
what
like?
it is. Yep.
Okay. Okay. And
That's
so you just choose who you think is going to win.
Mhm.
That's how you keep playing the game if you're in this pool of people.
Yeah. So everybody basically like imagine 10 people in a room and they get
Mhm.
that sheet, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they just pick which ones they think are going to win each round. But you have to
Mhm.
pick all of them up front, like who you think is going to go to the championship.
Okay.
And then you turn that in. And then each one, like let's say I picked and everybody I picked on the first round when they were playing 20 or 32 games, let's say I picked all the losers. Well, I got 0 points and I'm out. But the other 9 people are still in. And it just keeps going until you get to the championship round. And a lot of people are going to be out because you have a 1 in 4 chance
Okay.
of picking the champions. At that point, you only have a 1 in 4 chance.
Okay.
So, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
When they're out, then they don't go on to the next round.
Correct.
Okay.
And that's why I choose to do the drawing of a random winner for each round. So that, because even if somebody got out on the first round, they could still win a prize after round 3.
And that's 9 rounds, you said, right?
It's 6.
6 rounds. Okay.
Mhm.
6 rounds for the first part and then 3 for the
Well,
top.
yeah, it's not 3 rounds, it's just the top 3. And you could even just do one. Like if you're doing prizes, it's up to you. If I only have enough funds to do one prize for the winner, then that's what I'll do.
So 1 prize per round until you get to the top 3. What's the top 3? Top 3
Those
what?
are the top 3 winners. So it's going to be basically the
Okay.
person who got first place, and then second place, and then third place, because they're all
Okay.
going to get scores. So whenever you're in the bracket, you're going to get scores. So somebody might have like 2,000 points,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other person might have 1997 or something.
Okay.
So it's just like a first, second, third place kind of thing.
How many referrals have you gotten from this, Monique?
So this is the first time I'm adding referrals to this.
Oh.
But I have used the referral generating form for an ice cream event that I did, and I got 3 referrals from that. And so, and I can't say that the event is what got me the referrals. What got me the referrals was how often I stay in front of people. So I try to do 3 events a
Mhm.
year.
Okay.
Now I was planning to have an event on March 4th, but then I realized I'm not going to be here. I'm gonna be on a plane. And so I was like, well, I'm going to lean into this March Madness event for a few reasons. I'm going to be away from real estate for 4 weeks of the next 6 weeks, right? So there's no event, there's no prospecting, there's none of that because I'm be out of the country for 2 of those weeks, and then I have reserve duty with the Air Force for 2 of those weeks, and I work in a building where I can't have a cell phone. So I might as well be out of the country in that regard too. So I was like, okay, well, let me lean into this. And, we'll use the referral form to get referrals because even if I got one, like I'm winning. And
Yeah.
I really work to educate my hold on, I lost you guys on my screen. To educate my sphere, like nationwide, on how I can help them, but I also let them know how it helps me because a lot of times that seems to be their motivation. And they'll call me and be like, hey, can you help me find an agent to sell my house, to buy my house, to buy a house. And so this is just a way to get in front of them um, when I typically can't. So, so yeah, so it'll help me boost, get in front of them. So, but it's all the actions throughout the year that actually get the referral. It's not just that one event.
And how are they seeing this? On a Facebook event?
How are
Or
they seeing the event?
seeing, yeah, how
They're
they,
gonna they're gonna be
Yeah.
invited. And
right,
so I will
okay,
send an invitation to I'll send an email invitation with the link to the registration form. I
okay,
will follow up probably the following week with text. Now, depending on how big the database is, right? So if you have a database of even 2,000 people, right? That you have phone number and email for, I'm going to email the 2,000 people, right? But I'm not going to text 2,000 people because I don't have time for that, right? Unless there is a resource out there that you can text 2,000 people. However, I want you to know how you can do this whole thing for free, right? So I would probably only text the people who have given me referrals in the past, who are really close to me as like friends and family. Like they're just really snug up to me within like the circle of trust, if you will.
okay.
And then I'll just go out as far as I can. But the people on the far outside, they're just going to get the email. They're going to see it on social media because I will put it on Facebook.
And will you send invitations? I think you sent me an invitation there.
Yeah, so
Or is it
I
just go to
probably
your
will
friend?
I'll probably will create a Facebook event, and that will only go that I'll invite my friends.
That invites all your friends
Hmm.
on Facebook.
Yeah,
Okay,
I can do
that's
that.
good because our posts aren't always seen by all of our friends, but you're saying an event is seen by all of our
It's
friends.
not always seen by all of our friends. You probably
Oh,
just happen to see it when I invited you.
oh,
Um,
okay.
but part of that might be because you were active in event mastery
Mhm,
and you were in Gen because it was posted in Gen. It was posted in event
mhm.
mastery, and I invited everybody. So
Okay,
there's 3 ways in which because we're friends on Facebook, so there's 3 ways you should have seen that or could
okay,
have seen it.
yeah,
And so when it comes to that, it's hit or miss. It's just opportunity to collect a few more. But like if I go out, I work in a co-working space. I'm going to invite anyone who talks to me,
yeah.
or if I go to a networking meeting or something, I'll be like, hey, do you want to participate? Do you want to win? Oh, and on the charity piece, if you're close to your charity, you can ask them, like, hey, will you send this out to do your members want to participate? Your donors, your volunteers, your staff, and depending on who they serve, the people you serve,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Because those are some
I-
valuable like relationships there that we don't tend to think about being in our sphere, like extended, because we're like, oh well, we don't know them.
Mm-hmm.
No, but you could know them.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like
And a
that.
lot of people don't have so I volunteer on this group called Virginia Beach Women for Good, and it's a giving circle. And we're still trying to get our Bambi legs underneath us. And I met up with a small group of women, like there was 6 of us total for like this hike today. And I never would have expected, they're all like in the coaching industry, like not in real estate at all. And one of the ladies, when I gave out my phone number via email, she's like, "Oh, I got you locked in. I'll keep you in mind for real estate." Didn't see
Ooh,
that coming. Now,
whoa.
what that looks like, I don't know, but she clearly doesn't have somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So you just don't
Very nice.
know.
So,
Don't
I have
assume.
a
Right.
big favor, Monique.
Yes, ma'am.
When you create the group, will
Mhm.
you, or is there in the slide, like, okay, do this, like you said, create a Google form by the 25th of February. So then what would the next thing be, and by what date? Is that provided in your slides, or can you put that in the Facebook group?
I can. And so after that, you can just start inviting people to participate.
By
And
sending
then,
that,
yeah, by sending the text out and everything. And I'll try to when I send my first one out, I'll try to get my first one scripted and like what I'm going to say and send it out. And you guys, let me tell you something. Feel free to copy verbatim whatever you see and want. My
thank you.
feelings will not be
Can you
hurt.
provide your Canva template by any chance?
I can.
Okay,
I can move it separate so you guys can
that
see.
would be
Easy.
super helpful for me. Just
Yeah.
plug and paste,
Yeah.
edit. 'Cause
I
I
might
do
even
use
be
Canva.
able to share my Google form as well.
Okay,
And if I can, I'll let you guys know because I might need your email addresses to do that.
mhm.
And so I can get that shared out to you. But yeah,
But you
don't feel like, oh, Monique made it. Like, no, I didn't pay nobody for that. Go ahead and use it. The important thing is to execute.
Yes,
Like your people probably they'll never know that you got it from me,
right.
right?
You make us
Because
look good.
they'll never know. And so yeah,
I just hope I don't screw it up.
they'll never know. It's too
Well,
easy.
yeah.
Oh.
Appreciate this so much,
Yeah.
Monique. This
And like I
was really
said, like
different.
your first time, it might only be 12 people, but that's okay. And then if next year you might have 24.
Yeah.
And then but then it grows. I actually got this idea from an agent named Elizabeth Riley in in Austin, Texas. I don't know what her business has been like the last couple years, but I remember in 2019 or no, 2020, she did 78 transactions at an average of 500,000, and she has 4 children and her husband travels for work, but she only worked her sphere. And this is one of the things that she just did every year. Yes, Miss Kiara.
Hi, everyone, and thank you, Monique, for hosting this. I am a new agent, and I actually saw this marketing strategy in my goal curriculum on Trackstar under the mentorship slides, and
Oh, that's cool.
I came across your post on Workplace, and I just want to say thank you for
No
hosting this
problem.
and showing us how to do it.
How new are you?
With EXP, I'm on.
How long have you had your license?
I passed the state exam in November.
Oh my
right.
goodness, you're real new.
Congratulations.
Like
Thank you. Yeah, I'm
my
brand new.
advice to you is if you have their email address and they are not a real estate agent, invite them.
Mhm. Okay.
If you
Thank
don't
you.
have their email address, but you have their phone number, invite them.
Mhm.
Text them the form. You
Okay.
can text them the Google form, you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Yeah. So, or if they're your Facebook friends, invite them. And I say that, Kiara, because so many of us overlook what's right in our own backyard.
Yeah.
You know, it's like those stories we hear about how people went to California to dig for gold, and then there was like gold next door. Or
Yeah.
there's that story, Acres of Diamonds, where that guy in
Mhm.
Africa goes looking for these diamonds and ends up like dying a poor death. And then the guy who bought his house found tons of diamonds on the stream in the
Yeah.
backyard. So go to your acres before you go out there like crazy.
Would you
Mhm.
suggest maybe, because I'm in a neighborhood group here where in
Mhm.
my, and there's, I don't know how many
Yes.
houses, but
Invite
there's,
your neighbors.
yeah, even if I don't know them, put it in the group.
Yeah, put it in the group. Be like, hey, we're doing a March Madness and love for you guys to participate.
And then just say, if you want to message me and I'll send you,
Just put the link in there.
okay.
Be like, I'm putting together a March Madness bracket challenge and would love for you guys to participate.
I love you. You make
I
it
mean,
so easy.
well, it's because in your head you're trying to like figure out all these things.
Oh.
Put it on next door. Put it because of what it is and because it's free to do. You can shout it from the mountaintop.
That's awesome. Yeah.
You know, like if you go to church, invite the whole entire church. You know, if you put it on the Facebook, put it on like I don't know that there's an easy way to do it on Instagram with like links and stuff, but if you know how to do that, do that. Um Nextdoor, Facebook, LinkedIn,
Mm.
if any group that you're in and you want to invite them, invite them. And like I was telling Kiara, she might be new, and we might have more experience and been in the game longer, but we're all in this like it's a level playing field. We all got a phone with contacts in it.
Yeah.
If you got their email it to them. If you only have a phone number, text it to them. And then you know what? Go on your Facebook, go on your Instagram. Like even on Instagram, you could even invite people, right? Because you have direct messaging capabilities.
Yep.
I gotta run, Monique, but thank
No,
you so much.
no
for this.
problem. You're
Appreciate it.
welcome. And I'll try to get these out tonight, if not tomorrow morning.
Awesome. Appreciate that so much.
No problem.
Thank you again.
Mm-hmm.
Bye, everybody. Look forward to seeing you in the group.
Bye. Miss Lynn, do you got more questions for me?
Not at the moment. I
Okay.
got
Nick,
the simplicity. You reach out, buddy.
yeah, it's just we just want to get out there. So Nikki or Tom, do you guys have anything for me?
No, I'm good right now.
Okay. All right then. Well, if that's it, then that's all I got. Go out there and make something great. I hope
Thank-
everybody chooses to execute. Tom,
Yeah,
you just
thank
came
you.
off mute. Okay.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
welcome.
Thanks so much for sharing great information.
No problem. Well, all right. Well, if you guys have questions, you know how to find me. I will start a little Facebook group so that, well, actually, I have a Facebook group, so I'm going to invite you guys to that. And where I have posted stuff from previous events that I've done and shared information. So I'll invite you guys to that. If I can't find you, I will let you know. Or I'll put the link when I email it out from with the video.
And I'll text you my email address.
Sounds good. Thank you. You guys all
Thank
have a good night.
you too. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
No problem. Bye.
Bye.